Hey guys, Sam from A Perry Life. I'm a flight attendant. I've been a flight attendant for the last 15 years, and I wanted to give you all some advice for those of you planning to travel to Europe this summer. Please make time. Please leave time. Please allow time between your train connections, between the taxi to the airport, the taxi to the train station, the taxi to everything. There are no extra employees in Italy, but there are a lot of clients. Just think about that. No one has hired any additional help, not just in Italy, in Europe. There's no additional employees that are on the clock, but there are more people coming to visit. So there are longer lines in customs and immigration. The security line at the airport is long as all hell. So if you think that, oh, I'm gonna be there like an hour and a half early, guys, you literally need to go to the airport 2 to 2.5 hours early. I kid you not, because the amount of people that are traveling this year to Europe and what I've seen at the airports, and I see the panic throughout passengers' faces. No one cares. I'm sorry to tell you guys that. It sounds so bad, but no one cares because you need to get off the flight early to catch your connecting flight. But guess what? Everyone's connecting. Guess what? We're sitting here on the tarmac and we're going to be delayed to get to the flight to Brussels. But guess what? There are so many other planes in front of us also trying to get to Europe. The other day, I was number 30 in line for a takeoff. And that's not, I've been number 40 something before. But just imagine all of the people who are on the plane that have connecting flights. And some of these connecting flights are not flights that leave often. They're like kind of, I don't want to say specialty flights, but they're going to smaller towns. So they only leave like maybe 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. So you might be waiting at the airport for 6 or 7 hours if you do not make that flight. Or you might be waiting a whole nother day. Who knows? You need to make time, allow time. If you need to get to the train station, you need to literally try an hour and a half before the train leaves to get a taxi. I live in Florence. The other day, it took me 40 minutes to get a taxi at 5 in the morning, guys. At 5 in the morning. I actually ended up getting the taxi. It came like at 5:35-ish. I started like a little bit before 5 and my train was at 6. I was so panicked to catch that train. And then from there, when I got to the airport, I needed to beg every employee, every single person to please let me skip. And they were calling my name as I ran up to the gate. Guys, it is no joke. I'm only telling you all this because I'm an airline employee. I see it firsthand. I do routes all over Europe. That is what I prefer to do. That is my that's what I can hold, my seniority. And I tell you this, you all will have a lot of delays and hiccups in your travel if you are going about that route. Also, if you're renting a car, make sure that you actually specify whether you need a manual or automatic transmission. If you do not, you will get yourself a car that you might not know how to drive, aka stick shift. You also need to, I always suggest that people book directly from the train site and not like a third party. So you can book from strictly from directly from Trenitalia or Italo. You can book directly from their train sites and you can actually change your ticket if you book through those sites. Same thing if you're flying within the country. If you're going from Florence to Bari, Florence to Rome, Florence to wherever, if you book directly from the airline site, it might be a little more expensive, but if something happens, you'll be able to change your flight versus if you book from a Booking, if you book from a Dreams, I think it's called, or eDreams or something like that, which I've had a bad experience with that site. If you're booking from one of those sites, guys, if you do not make your first leg, they will cancel the entire reservation most of the time. And not only that, if you try to change something, it will not allow you to do so. Last year, my sister and I tried to move our trip one day, backwards. We wanted to leave a day early or a couple of days early. And they were like, no. And so that was if I would have booked directly with the airline, I would have been able to do it. So I was like, you know what? I'm good. For now on, I'll book through ITA, I'll book through Air France, I'll book through KLM, through Easy, whatever it may be. So anyway, that's the expert advice for the summer. Have a very safe summer, guys. It's hot, so stay hydrated. And yeah, I hope this actually helps you all.